Hey y'all, it's me, Mr. Thanatos. Just gonna go ahead and moving on to lesson 53. Lesson 53, solving problems using measures of central tendency. What does that even mean? Well, let's talk about that. So first off, we're going back to our averages. Okay, remember there's three averages. The mean, which is the one we see most of the time, where you take the many numbers there are, you add them all up, and then you divide by the amount of numbers. Okay, median, which is just the middle number in a data set, and then mode, that's the number that shows up the most. Okay, you may not have a mode if each number only shows up once. You may have multiple modes actually if you have three numbers that both show up three times. Okay. Here we have a plot line. Each data point is represented with an X. Okay. So those are essentially all the points, all those numbers. The mean average is you take all of these numbers, add them together, divide by the amount of numbers there are, 20, and you get your mean average. This is the average most people use. Okay. The median average is when it is listed from smallest to largest. You pick the middle number. Okay. And in this case, the median average is actually in between two numbers. Okay. And because it's even, there's an even amount of numbers, it's always going to be in between. Okay. The median average is, you're going to have to take a mode essentially of the, or a mean of the two numbers in the middle. And that'll give you 15.125, 15.25. The mode, the one that shows up the most, well, there is so there is three modes that show up the same amount of times: 14.9, 15.3, and 15.7. And then the range is the last thing. This tells you the smallest number and the largest number. Okay. So 14.2 and 16.1, that's your range. But you can also refer to your range as the total points on a number line, which in this case is 1.9. Okay. The histogram is what we see here. This is essentially a bar graph. Okay. Data which falls within the specific ranges are counted, and tallies are represented by the bar. Okay. I don't think you'll really struggle with much of this. The central tendency, though, let's see if we can, where it goes and gives us a definition for that. Okay. At the end of a season, Nielsen ratings as a measure of success for various types of data. The mean is a frequency reported statistic, is commonly referred to as the average. Like I said, that's the one that you see the most as the average. Okay. Let's see. Are they going to actually define that for you? They are not, I don't think. I'm not seeing them giving you a specific central tendency. So central tendency is essentially looking at different types of averages. Central tendency is a way of showing sort of the middle of the road, where people, sort of the norm is what they're trying to get you to think of, the average. In math, average means different things, and so they're trying to kind of be diplomatic and say central tendency, because normal also has its own thing. But basically, solving problems using measures using averages really is what they're trying to get you to do. Okay. Yeah. So you got your written practice. Your practice set and your written practice is 2 through 30 even. Okay. And that's it. All right. Have a good one, my dudes.